Their time ended last night at 9:30 p.m. They caught a flight up this morning, went to shoot around, and were deemed unable to go this evening. So therefore, those guys will not be participating. Emmanuel Malou, he's still a game time decision due to some general soreness.
So 36ers fans, it's going to be hard to swallow before the tip for this one.
I mean, it's tough, but again, it's probably the right choice when you're just laying around for 10 days. There's only so much you can do to try and prepare yourself. But we're going to have to talk about CJ Bruton throwing the names Scotty Hobson, Brock Modem. You don't just throw those names around. This would be a big pickup if they got one of those guys in the 36ers uniform, and for Brock Modem again.
Still time for both these teams to be playoff bound as an early three is dropped by Lamar Patterson.
He's going to have a big one. He's actually been playing solid, but whenever he leads in scoring, they lose.
Which is a weird stat.
Very weird.
When you think about it. Karen. Bairstow. A step back two. He finds his range early, and he's been in form.
This man has been in form. You know what? We haven't been able to see how good this young man is. And I call him young because he's younger than me, right? With that said, he's so talented. He's just been injury riddled. So we haven't been able to see him consistently. And to see him looking like this, man, hell of a signing.
Well, he's back in his hometown, and this is exactly what everybody knows. Cam Bairstow has seen it when he has been healthy at both the national level and when he was playing in the NBA. And just to see him out there consistently now, putting up these numbers, having strong plays, doing things like that.
Just in the NBL and averaging a career high, 13 points a game, 10 rebounds a game. A couple of big outs, but very, very important game for both these teams to stay in touch with those inside the top four. Jason Kadee getting some chances to size it up. Lamar, step back three. Tried to bank, well, didn't try to bank it in, but nearly did bank it in, Cam Bairstow. Mitch McCarron saved it. Daniel Johnson. And one of the
East. But Daniel Johnson, with no Dusty Hannahs, there's going to be more shots there for him and more opportunity. And even Mitch McCarron might be a bit more aggressive, looking to score in this game.
Sunday too far away. Back again on the buzzer, and it drops just in time.
Brisbane Bullets practice all week. They're focused on defense, but you played solid defense right there, but you got to finish off your defense with rebounding.
Franks, long range step back two.
And that's what I do not like. Camping out on the perimeter too much. Focus on posting up close to the basket and get yourself going early.
Daniel Johnson, and he got Frank.
Step up and really be that defensive stopper.
Good start for the 36ers, despite not having Dusty Hannahs, Mojave King, and we heard earlier Isaac Humphries out for essentially the rest of the season. Krebs steps it in, high off the glass. Daniel Johnson the rebound. Gave it up instead. And the bucket and the foul. Nicely done. Todd Withers.
Todd Withers, great take. Good finish. As he goes to the line. Three the hard way. Good sweep.
It's been up and down, Todd Withers, but I think when he really is in the right frame of mind, he can be a beast for the Adelaide 36ers. He's shooting 41% from three, and he hasn't been shy in letting it fly, but plays like that, we already saw a couple of things he did on the defensive end again against Lamar Patterson. And you see Isaiah Moss into the game already for Lamar Patterson, so maybe James Duncan thinking, look, I'm going to have to keep everyone on a short leash. If you're not showing certain things on the defensive end,
come sit down with me.
Come and sit down. That's the only way you've got to hold everybody accountable, and I'd be expecting all the young fellas on the end of the bench to stay ready in a game like this.
Whose ball? Still 36ers ball.
Todd Withers coming off of a 17-point performance to go along with 5 rebounds. 5 players were in double figures versus Melbourne United.
Daniel Johnson aggressive, hands it up, and Cam Bairstow under the rim. Derek Rucker downstairs.
And guys, this is not the start the Bullets are looking for after all that hard work this week. And look, I think a lot of their problems sometimes comes from the shot selection. I haven't liked 3 of the past 4 shots that they've taken. 2 step backs, 1 of 2, and 1 of 3. And I think the ball has good energy in it, but they've got to find some way to attack the rim. That's what Coach Duncan wanted prior to the game. He started his huddle with attack, and he...
Yeah, last game, well, they've lost their last 4 games in a row, the Brisbane Bullets. That's the bottom line, including their last 3 here. And 9th right now, their worst ladder position at this stage of the season for a long, long time, and they've been leaking big numbers. Worst loss of the season, arguably, when they gave up 102 points, their biggest score conceded by any team this season.
It's a bit of the balance now when you've been preaching defense the entire week, and that's been the whole focus of training. Guys are getting after, being physical. You kind of forget that you've still got to put points on the board as well. You've got to have that fine balance of, yes, we're focusing on the defensive end, but we've got to get through our offensive sets, get some good looks.
Kadee tried to feed it to Harris and lost it. Sunday Dash quickly down the floor, gave it some thought, gave it to the hot man. And the guy with the hot hand, Franks, trying to stop him. Bairstow backs his way in. Sidestep was delightful. He gave him the time warp, jump to the left, step to the right.
Took him to school. This is the difference between both bigs that are really talented and good. One goes and gets assertive, catching the ball on the block, gives him an array of moves. He goes for it and one. That's what Robert Franks and the Brisbane Bullets need to do on the other end with him. Put him on the post, give him the ball, and let him go to work. Great execution by the most consistent player on the Adelaide 36ers.
Couldn't quite complete the deal. Oh, my goodness. What was happening there? And Sunday Dash can't make them pay full price.
Well, dodge that one, because that would have made James Duncan irate. You've got to pick up those 50-50 balls. We've already seen a couple land in the Adelaide 36ers' hands. It's 15-3. 5 rebounds. They've got 2 offensive rebounds, 5-0 on the boards. That's because Bullets are just taking it out of the net right now.
Can they respond? Going to need to in a hurry. Ding Ding out there. Hands it up to Anthony Trimmick. Back to Kadee. Harrison running for him and off the glass. A much needed 2.
Nice pass. Way to keep the defender on the hip. Jason Kadee, good pass. Alley-oop. Easy finish. This is the end over here. Enter Kai SOTTO.
It's best they're going to do this time.
Do what he's been doing all quarter.
Same double turn and the cleanup man. Super SOTTO.
SOTTO coming off his best game of the season. 12 points, 4 rebounds.
And the 3 on cue. Crowd up out of their seat, and boy, do they need that from Isaiah Moss.
Well, they do. And that scoring potential. He's going to have to be there with Nathan Sobey out. I don't know that you're going to have some opportunities. It's just good deflection, good hands, good energy from Deng Deng. Get a deflection on that pass.
Trimmick, Harrison, Kadee, Deng Deng, tried to feed it back. Deck read their minds again, 2 to beat. Can't beat them both. Harrison the rebound, Bullet dodged.
Way to hustle back after that turnover, Deng Deng.
Jason Kadee, more important in the absence of Nathan Sobey. Filled up with the jumper. Harrison gives them a second chance at it. To the corner, Trimmick gets it, and suddenly they're alive.
It starts with the energy and effort on defense. That's what they have to lean on. Move the ball around, good offensive rebound. Kicks it to the corner. Trimmick knocks down the 3.
With no Dusty Hannahs, no Mojave King, and he was outstanding in the NBL Blitz. Got a lot more opportunity and really showed that his potential.
Lamar Patterson's had a rest, back out there. Nearly lost it. Maybe all part of the grand plan. Kadee can't nail it. Rebound, ding ding. And he's given it back anyway. Crowd back into it. Friday night hoops, Nissan Arena in Brisbane. A little quiet early. Adelaide 36ers, if you've just joined us, opened up a double-figure lead. McCarron, Johnson. Back to McCarron, back to DJ. And nearly lost it on the baseline. Could still work. And you mentioned Marshall nearly. Not good enough. Kadee, quickly, saw an opening. Back to Lamar, inside, through the contact. Couldn't drop the two, but will go to the free throw line.
Good take by Lamar.
I love this take from Lamar Patterson. You see there, when the ball got passed back to him, stepped into a three ball, but realised SOTTO was the one who was coming across. So he put the ball on the floor, and his patience, his ability to get in there and somehow get a shot off through contact. He's one of the best in the league at that, at getting the contact and trying to stay balanced.
Does a great job using his body. But it's starting on the defensive end. They started off slow in this first quarter. They picked it up thanks to their bench coming off with really good energy and effort defensively.
Marshall, SOTTO, McCarron. Oh! From Super SOTTO.
SOTTO!
Well, that was a shot from Mitch McCarron. SOTTO read that perfectly. Put a lid on it. I think the guy's playing with confidence. A young fella. He's enjoying himself out there.
Goodness! Opportunity is on a platter right now for him. He's making the best of it. But that's just too easy. Good finish by DJ. He'll take that. SOTTO!
218 centimetres, SOTTO, second tallest player in the NBL behind Juan Chinlu, who we'll see out there at some stage. Patterson, 4 left on the shot clock, had to put it up from long range and dropped it.
Oh, yeah. Look, I know when he's leading and scoring, they lose. But we need an aggressive Lamar Patterson.
Look at this. Oh, that is a shot from Mitch McCarron, and just the awareness to know that's going to airball and just go straight up with it. The length, the athleticism. He is enjoying himself. Why
Loving
wouldn't you?
the fact that he recognized his opportunity and taking full advantage of it. Very unfortunate. Big fella's out for the season. Isaac Humphries. However, next man up mentality. That's SOTTO.
They could tie it up here, Brisbane. They were down by double figures. Lamar stalking it. And
Really a turnover, but spoke about Lamar Patterson for it. The stat about their leads are scoring, they lose. What I love so far in this quarter from James Duncan, he's the one before. When he's feeling good, Lamar Patterson, he's going to take those, he's going to make those. But I love that he held everybody accountable. Yes, Lamar Patterson hit the first 3, but had two poor possessions on defense to open the game, and James Duncan said, you're sitting down. I'm making sure that we are all locked in what we have to do, and now he's come back out and responded.
McCarron doesn't want to waste this one. Feeds it in. Bairstow off the glass.
Oh, man.
Gets the rattle.
Just good offense and great creativity off the dribble.
Trying to crowd a little.
Bairstow straight up hoop.
Patterson backs it back out. Kadee. Patterson for 3.
And why not? We got to change that stat today. For them to win, he got to get off. Period.
Well, he does. I mean, the other superstar we know, Nathan Sobey's Robert Franks. He's played 4 minutes. He's got donuts across the board, so Lamar Patterson's going to have to lead. There's Cam Bairstow. Again, just trying to get to that sweet spot. He's getting him up.
And DJ behind his back. How about 4 goes at it before Hiram Harris finally cleaned it up.
Well, that's going to be on the video review. Those are the things they're trying to really clean up. Is Lamar Patterson. He is 13 first quarter points. He's only missed one shot.
Here he is again. Got to feed it to Tyrell. McCarron at a tip. Harris, and that's got to do it. No awareness that was going to be the end. Couldn't get a shot up in time. Great opening term, a game that both teams desperately need to win. Bullets are double figures down. They're only down. And it is great family fun. Get to an NBL game and see what we're talking about if you haven't been to one lately.
Well, good start for the 36ers. That's Lamar Patterson's best first quarter start in his career. He was the only Bullet starter to score. 13 points for Patterson. Look at all the other scorers from the Adelaide 36ers. Everybody else, Robert Franks only played the 4 minutes. Jack Salt, he started, just played around 4 minutes. Tanner Krebs, they were all double figure plus minus. That's why they sat down.
Patterson again.
As well as Patterson is playing, right now, this is where they need to establish Robert Franks in the post. That possession right there, they had Withers on him. Give him the ball in the post and let him go.
Fadeaway two from Bairstow. Little hit check from him. Kadee. Hesitation step, didn't quite work. Withers was with him. Franks, there you go. Corey Homicide Williams caught for it. Pocket picked. He got it back. He lost it. He got it back. And then he lost it again. Detch down the floor quickly to DJ. Couldn't drop it. Got a little nudge. Did do a little bit of nudging on the way through. 25-21 still.
I like the intent. Gave it to Franks. Good hands by Detch. But I'd go back to Franks again. They have to establish interior play. They cannot just rely on the jump shot.
They're going to need more than one of their superstars in Mark Patterson carrying the scoring. Got Drimmick and Moss have both hit a three. Harrison's got 2 points, but Mark Patterson's a salt hand right now. They need Robert Franks to have a good game.
Keep turning it over.
It's not a good start in this second quarter.
Sunday Detch drew a crowd. Mitch McCarron looks for Daniel Johnson. Back down Franks, and then tough fadeaway too. Franks pulls it down. Patterson. Didn't get the luck there. McCarron. Turned over again. Krebs read his mind. Kadee. Been a weird start to the second quarter from both teams. Both teams still scoreless in this second so far. Lamar, he's been the man, but not that time. And still, neither team scored in this quarter. Sunday Detch. Bairstow. Withers. Single figure shot clock for Sunday. He lost it, got it back. You have to put it up. They do. And whose ball is it? Still a chance for the 36ers.
Have a look at this possession now. Robert Franks has the height mismatch, and you're not going to get the ball trying to post up there over all the hands. And in the end, they just settle for a deep contested three from Lamar Patterson. If he wants it, he's got to point to Tanner Krebs saying, get the ball back on the wing, and he's got to fight over to the closest block and establish himself. When Jason Kadee had the ball NBA range at the top of the key, he's not going to try and throw it down there if you're really not in a stance, really trying to seal up. That doesn't show you want the ball on that mismatch.
It's explained by Peter Hurley and Kat Duffelmeyer out there at the moment. Trying to add some valuable minutes. Robert Franks starting to get a feel for it. Salt. Drimmick. Patterson takes it himself, draws the foul. He's disappointed with himself for not being able to finish or go to the line.
See, that's a nice take right there. He established it. He wanted the ball. You're absolutely right, Peter Hooley. He's assertive with that position. I got a mismatch. Give me the ball, and I'm going to go to work.
Duffelmeyer did a good job to push him off the block, but you can see straight away, Lamar Patterson wanted it there. He has so much success down on the block that he was saying, get the ball to the wing. I'm in my stance. I'm using my physicality to hold Duffelmeyer off. Just throw it to me, and I'll make a play.
And Peter, I wonder sometimes if the Bullets are better off posting Patterson more often than Franks. Franks sometimes looks comfortable more in the, just in the mid-range area and playing face-up basketball instead of maybe with his back to the basket. I need to see him play more to really make a good observation on that. But we know Patterson can play all over the floor, and he's very good in the post-up.
He's very good in the post-game, and I think that's something they can do, especially with Big Lou's in the game now. But when they go Patterson to the 4, Franks at the 5, you can have Patterson down low, and if they try and front it, Franks can be the high post flash, and then you can throw him across the top as SOTTO hits the nice little mid-range jumper over Big Lou. But I think that's something they need to be able to work out, because you're right, Frank's down low. He has had some success. I think Lamar Patterson is a really tough matchup down there.
The two tallest players in the NBL going head-to-head out there at the moment at the reverse. Chuan Ching-Lu mopped it up, couldn't finish, but will go to the free throw line. So Chuan Ching-Lu, tallest NBL player of all time. If you haven't been watching so far this season, the Chinese superstar, 7'5", 2¼ meters tall. And at the moment, Kai SOTTO has been turning it on 218 centimetres, the second tallest player in the NBL.
SOTTO there not trying to go the traditional box out, because probably doesn't have to against a lot of the other teams in opposition. Just put your hands up and grab the rebound. But against Big Lou, he's probably the one guy who might have to do a bit of early work, try and get him out there, out of the keyway.
Just for the rebound and a couple of skip steps. They get it back, the Bullets. With hesitation and off the leg, so it's still going to be. Your club will celebrate the round by wearing a special jersey designed by a local Indigenous artist that tells a story about Indigenous culture in each region. Great initiative announced today by the Hungry Jacks NBL.
Cannot wait for that. One of my favourite rounds of the year. And when they do start to come out, we see the jerseys, make sure everybody does the research to find out what the story are. The stories are incredible behind every single one. They all look outstanding every single year. Can't wait to see it on show.
Murray Wiggness tried to take it to the hole, born in Torres Strait Islands. SOTTO, Chuan Ching-Lu, head-to-head. And you can call it head-to-head. They didn't see eye to eye that one, but they did actually see eye to eye, which is rare for Chuan Ching-Lu.
It's a good defense holding his ground one-on-one. Kai SOTTO loses it. Wiggness dives on the floor, showing a bit of desperation.
SOTTO just ran into a 7'5" brick wall. Big Lou was not going anywhere.
There is Tamuri Wiggness. Torres Strait Islands getting some important minutes here. Carrying it down the floor, nearly lost it. Tad Duffelmeyer in his grill. Franks, his pocket picked by Sunday Detch. He had his pocket picked by Anthony Drimmick.
Defense by Detch. Twice. Robert Franks tried to post him up and was unsuccessful. He's holding his ground.
Duffelmeyer. And foul called on Wiggness. Overzealous with the reach. These two teams combined have only won one of their last 8 games. The loser will lose touch with the top 4. Huge game, this one. Duffelmeyer. Shot clock winding down and lost by Kai SOTTO.
Hard to get around Big Lou in that paint.
That's the defense James Duncan was talking about with the way they're going to play the ball screens. They called it volume 1 for Big Lou, because you can't play on a ball screen the same way that Harrison's going to be out there or Jack Salt, because Lou's a different kind of player. And if you can protect him in some ways when he's away from the basket, you can have some success with his size.
And he also had to try and dribble it around that big size 24 shoe that he's suiting up with. Lost again. Another turnover. Withers hands it up to Duffelmeyer. 36ers can add to their lead. Duffelmeyer stepped it in. Ran into that brick wall we talked about. Trouble.
Just don't even go in the paint when Big Lou's there. Nothing's happening. You're 0 for 3 trying to score in that paint with that big fella in there. And good job on defense by Brisbane. However, on offense, they have 10 turnovers. They're lucky to be down 3 points with that many turnovers. With 4.5.
Well, Adelaide's been turning the ball over this quarter too. This quarter's just, it's 3-2 scoring in this quarter. Because there's been turnovers, there's been a couple of missed shots, and other shots have been hard to come by. It's going to be an easy bucket there.
Nothing easy about that.
Doesn't matter how, it just matters how many. And he's got another couple. Chuan Ching Lu, much to the crowd's delight. Bairstow trying to light it up. Hands it up. Mitch McCarron can't nail that. Franks the rebound, and the Bullets can take the lead.
That's why Adelaide tried to counter the way with Big Lou, is setting their guard to big screen to see what they did. And they switched it and got a bit confused. Big Lou didn't know, should I go out to Mitch McCarron on the 3? Mitch McCarron knocks that down. That's the perfect way to try and go at the defense they're playing with Lou out there.
Robert Franks just had Mitch McCarron on him, where they switched the D, and he did not even try to establish himself in the post. He needs to be more assertive and recognize these mismatches and take advantage of it.
No doubt, he has to. And they've also got to recognise that he's taken one shot this entire half so far. This man started the season, he's shown that he can be a superstar. Big Lou was trying to force that to him. But again, on the flip side, he's got to want it. He's had those mismatches, and you've got to get to your spot. You don't just have to say, okay, I'm here, you're going to throw me the ball. Work hard to say, I'm in this spot, throw me the ball, I'll make some good things happen.
Listen to the applause for Chuan Ching Lu. The Chinese superstar, absolutely loved. And guess what? The Bullets have the lead after being down by double figures in the opening quarter. They were late to this party, but they're dancing now. Mitch McCarron dances to the bucket himself to restore some order.
It's a great take by the crafty vet. Even better finish. Straight line to the basket. They foul him. Too deep in the paint, and he does exactly what he needed to do. Finish.
One bonus, guys.
Heads to the line, the ex-Melbourne United championship winner.
Still trying to find that balance of when he wants to be assertive on the offensive end in terms of looking for his own shot and getting everybody else involved. And games like this with no Dusty Hannah, Cam Bairstow's been outstanding. Daniel Johnson has got going, but who else is going to be that guy that looks like a dangerous threat at all times? Robert Franks. I think he got away with the travel, but tries to make a play. It was a good look.
Trimming, awesome. Back to the corner. Trimming stepped it in. Fade away too. Tough shot.
Have a look at James Duncan. He's not happy at all.
He's getting subbed out.
Because he's saying they hate or brace, so those just hurt. And there's nothing big damage-wise. Might be one of those ones that you get a bit extra strapping done nice and tight and a couple of painkillers and try and get back out there.
Lamar takes it in off the glass. Beautiful to watch.
17 points in 11 minutes on 5 of 9 shooting.
Bairstow the up fake. Back to McCarron. Being a little more aggressive, but the look away didn't work. You probably should have looked. Kadee. Over the top to Franks. Starting to line it up for you, Corey.
Finally! They not only find him, he takes advantage of the mismatch and finish.
Well, he just pointed at exactly where the pass had to go and showing them, look, you're going to front me. So, this is what the Adelaide 36ers tried to do last time. Feed the ball to Hiram Harris down low, trying to get him to go to work. And that's what the whole problem with the challenge is, because you break it down to the camera angles and you've got this, to be able to really slow it down. Lamar Patterson shuffles forward a little hot right as Harris hits him, so he's leaving his cylinder and it's deemed illegal. So if that's not called, I'm completely happy that it's the right thing to do, but it was called. It's going to be hard to overturn.
Final say on that, Corey.
Hiram Harris hadn't played enough games to get a call against a veteran like that.
I'm just talking about the challenge. I don't think it was the way it was initially called, but then James Duncan hasn't been one of the best in the business in terms of coaches' challenges. And I'll tell you what, getting all that data through it, Chase Buford up until last night, I think he's still well in the lead. He has a phenomenal strike rate in the coaches' challenges.
So you think the Stars should have a little bit of weighting in their favour?
100%.
Thank you. Okay, 1:25 left. Kadee with the feed. And Franks.
There we go.
Being a little more aggressive as Corey Homicide Williams demanded.
He's too good of a player to not get looks and get touches. Robert Franks, 2 points, 1 of 2 in 12 minutes. Should have had at least 10 attempts in his first half.
Still got a second half coming for you. Robert Franks, 7 NBA games for Orlando. Another of the former NBA players in the NBL. And it's all tied up. 34 apiece with a half and change to come. Mitch McCarron. Bairstow. Sunday Detch. 36ers back in front.
Sunday Detch just gets on the scoreboard. It was 0-3 before that. A little back and forth. Scoring's opened up a little bit in the last few minutes after really struggling to find any buckets.
And Krebs takes them all on.
Well, he does. Just slowly kept dribbling all the way around in a circle. Got past Daniel Johnson for the easy layup in the end.
McCarron to Detch. Kadee in his grill. Double team. Daniel Johnson, long range 2. And it looks like it's going to be a Bullets ball. 32 seconds left, although there's a claim here from Harris that it's the 36ers who should have it. He's going to have a sit down. Lamar Patterson to have a sit down.
That's all right. Good effort in minutes by Harris coming off the bench.
Still 36ers with it. It's just Sunday Detch. Big rebound. DJ. Oh, tough bucket. Impossible circus shot from Daniel Johnson.
Daniel Johnson just knew the foul was coming, the whistle was coming, and just threw it at the hoop. He had no idea where he was or what he was doing. That's a veteran play. Sometimes better be lucky than good. And Franks was just hoping that it didn't fall there exactly the way it did. And those are never nice when you're Robert Franks thinking haven't got the complete position. You're just hoping that ball either goes in or is short and gets away from you, because Daniel Johnson, 7-footer, was always going to come up with that if it bounces over the rim like it did.
Adelaide doing a fantastic job in the first half on the offensive boards. They have 9 in this half.
Just a couple of seconds, the differential between the shot clock and the game clock to end the half. Bullets holding it for what might end up being the last shot. Kadee doesn't want to waste it. Takes on Bairstow, and whose ball? 36ers will have 5.7 left to use it.
James Duncan yelling at Jason Kadee to go by the mismatch. Big fella Cam Bairstow. But Todd Withers did that perfectly. Just put his body in the help spot. Got the steal.
Sunday. The tip, and rattles out. Halftime. Nissan Arena in Brisbane under the Friday night lights. And this one is living up to the expectations.